Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're kind of peeling back the layers on something pretty unnerving. We're talking about the idea of cheating death. Now, I bet a lot of the Final Destination movies, right? That whole chilling idea. If you somehow dodge your predetermined end.
Yes, comes back for you.
Exactly. It can find these really inventive ways to settle the score. It's a concept that really grabs you, taps into a deep fear.
It absolutely does.
But what if? What if it's not just Hollywood?
Yeah.
What if there are actual people out there whose lives seem marked by these unbelievable escapes?
Right.
Makes you wonder if maybe fate does keep a list and some people just postpone their appointment.
That's a powerful thought.
So today, we're looking into some sources, some cases that really challenge how we think about luck, maybe chance, or, maybe something else entirely.
And it's fascinating because these stories, they connect instantly with that universal human thing, survival. Survival against the odds. They really make us face our own mortality, the randomness of it all. And what's intriguing is how our minds just scramble to make sense of extreme events like these.
Looking for patterns.
Exactly. Seeking patterns, looking for some deeper meaning, even when, maybe it's just pure chance at work.
That's the core of it, isn't it? The Final Destination idea paints this very specific picture.
Yeah.
There's a sequence, something disrupts it.
And then this force, almost intelligent, tries to put things back.
Yeah, it's this terrifying sort of dance with destiny. But let's shift away from the movies for a bit. Let's talk about real people.
Okay.
Because our sources today, they have these stories of individuals who, against all rational probability, got away from genuine catastrophes.
These aren't just lucky breaks.
No, they feel like something.
Yeah, more.
Something that makes you stop and really question things.
And this brings up a really key distinction, that our sources explore. When we say cheating death, are we actually talking metaphysics here?
Like a cosmic force.
Right. Is there some force trying to balance the books? Or just seeing incredibly unlikely sequences of events, things that just happen to result in survival.
And our brains jump to conclusions.
Well, yeah, our perception is often shaped by, cognitive biases. We naturally focus on the amazing outcomes, the big escapes.
Not the millions of times nothing happened.
Exactly. We forget the mundane.
Yeah.
So we might see random things as patterns, especially when life and death are involved.
It's a crucial difference to keep in mind. When we talk about luck, is that just random good fortune?
Or is it fate, something predetermined?
Right. And where does chance fit in with statistical probability?
Yeah.
Our brains are just wired to find those patterns. But sometimes maybe those patterns are just, the law of truly large numbers,
Meaning with enough people and enough situations.
Really improbable stuff is bound to happen eventually, mathematically.
Yeah. It just feels different when you hear a personal story, though. It challenges that logic.
It really does. Okay, let's start with a story that perfectly shows this. This razor-thin line between life and death.
Okay.
Our first account is set somewhere totally ordinary. A crowded shopping mall. Just picture it. The usual buzz, people shopping, background music.
Everyday life.
Completely routine. And that's where a young woman, Jessica Galawi, found herself, just going about her day. But then, minutes later, that ordinary scene just shatters. Impending horror. A mass shooting event starts unfolding.
Oh, wow.
And our sources detail Jessica's escape. It was harrowing. She described feeling this sudden, really strong sense of unease.
Just a feeling.
Yeah, a feeling that made her leave the mall earlier than she'd planned. And as she was walking out, she heard the first shots. She just ran to her car, drove away, heart pounding. Now, Jessica herself said later, if she'd hesitated, maybe stopped to check her phone, grabbed one last thing.
She could have been right there.
She believes she would have been caught right in the middle of it. She missed it by only about 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Think about that. Just 3 minutes standing between her and, a horrific event.
It's chilling. And, psychologically, this isn't just about avoiding the danger itself. It's about how the brain tries to process such an extreme, unexpected event.
Right.
Moments like Jessica's story, they really highlight the sheer terrifying randomness, like you said, but also that powerful human instinct, survival. And our sources talk about the huge psychological impact near misses like this can have. It's profound. Survivors often go through this intense emotional reevaluation.
Survivor's guilt.
Sometimes, yes. Questioning why me. Others find this incredible new sense of purpose. Jessica, as reported, initially started avoiding crowds, which is a very common trauma response.
Understandable.
Before she began processing what happened. And that feeling she had, that sudden urge that led her to safety. Some researchers might call that perceived control, even if ultimately it might have just been chance.
That inexplicable urge.
Right.
Yeah, that's powerful stuff.
It is. Okay, so if Jessica's story makes you think about how random fate can seem, just wait until you hear about Fonsi Luck.
Okay.
This guy's story.
Yeah.
It takes the idea of a near miss and just multiplies it. It's kind of bewildering, honestly.
Right.
He actually earned this nickname, Lucky's Man. Some people literally call him the luckiest man in the world.
Luckiest man, wow.
But when you hear the details, you start to wonder if lucky is even the right word, or if it's something else, something almost beyond understanding.
So what happened?
Fonsi Luck is reportedly a man who has survived, get this, not one, not two, but 7 separate documented life-threatening incidents. 7 times. Just let that sink in. 7. Most of us just hope to avoid one real brush with disaster.
Statistically astronomical.
It feels like it defies easy explanation, right? And our sources really detail these things. Like one time, Fonsi was apparently on a flight. Catastrophic engine failure midair.
Oh, God.
Plane severely damaged, passengers terrified. But somehow, against the odds, the pilots managed an emergency landing. Everyone survived.
It's incredible.
And the report noted just how unlikely that safe outcome was.
Yeah.
Then there was another time. He supposedly ducked out of a building just moments before it collapsed. A last-minute decision to leave.
Wow. Just moment after moment.
It's the accumulation of events like these that's so baffling. It really pushes our idea of what coincidence even means.
And what's fascinating there, from an analytical perspective, is how Fonsi's story becomes this extreme statistical outlier.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, each single event, you could maybe attribute it to luck, good fortune, but having so many happen to one person, it forces you to really look at the math, the probabilities.
Is it just math?
Well, in a world with billions of people experiencing countless events, it's statistically inevitable that someone, somewhere, will have an extraordinary run of good luck, or bad luck for that matter.
And Fonsi might just be that person.
Yeah.
On the good side.
According to the sources, it certainly looks that way. He seems to be way out on the fortunate end of the probability curve. But it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Is there some invisible thread? Or is it just the most dramatic example of that law of truly large numbers playing out in one life?
It definitely stretches how we define luck, especially when it's so consistent, so extreme. Okay, so we have Jessica's incredibly close call and Fonsi's unbelievable string of survivals. When we put them together, what frameworks do our sources offer? How do we make sense of this?
Right.
Did these real-life examples sort of nudge us towards thinking about fate, predetermination? Or are they just showcasing, incredible human resilience and just pure wild chance?
This is where it gets really nuanced, and different sources offer different angles. Some lean heavily into the psychological side.
Like developing intuition.
Yeah, suggesting maybe survivors develop a kind of heightened awareness, almost a learned response to danger cues. Others dive deep into the statistics, arguing that, look, while Fonsi's case is super rare, it's not actually impossible given the sheer scale of human existence.
It's incredibly unlikely.
Extremely. And then philosophically, it bumps right up against that age-old debate. Determinism versus free will.
Are things set? Or do our choices matter?
Exactly. These stories force us to confront where we draw the line between what seems rational, explainable, and what still feels deeply mysterious. They're more than just stories. They're almost like case studies in the limits of what we understand.
So for you listening, how do you square these things? Do you lean towards seeing some larger, maybe unseen force at play, a grand design that people occasionally temporarily disrupt? Or do these stories just highlight how amazing survival can be, how resilient people are, and how utterly unpredictable chance operates in our world? It's that intersection of logic and mystery, isn't it?
It really is, and the answers aren't simple.
So we've journeyed through this quite unsettling idea of cheating death. We've looked at it through real stories like Jessica Galawi's escape, missing tragedy by just minutes, and the mind-boggling 7 escapes of Fonsi Luck. These aren't just survival tales. They really force us to think about that thin veil between ordinary life and, well, catastrophe.
Offering different perspectives, psychological, statistical, even philosophical.
Yeah. And whether it's destiny or just sheer improbable luck, or maybe something else we don't even have words for yet, These stories leave us wondering about that fine line between life and death.
How one moment can change everything.
Exactly. And perhaps the most chilling thought isn't that death is hunting us, like in the movies, but maybe that it's always just close by, a few minutes away, one different decision away.
Silently waiting.
Yeah, it's a pretty stark reminder how fragile things are.
Ultimately, these stories really push us to look harder at the narratives we build around survival, around the unknown. They invite us to question what we really believe about fate, about resilience.
And about chance.
And about the role of chance.
Yeah.
They definitely leave us with more questions than answers.
Which is often where the interesting stuff starts, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we hope you found this exploration as compelling and maybe as unsettling as we did. If you enjoyed this deep dive into fate and survival, please do consider subscribing to our channel, Horror Docs.
Give the video a like, maybe share it with others who appreciate a good mystery, especially one touching the darker side of reality.
Definitely. Until next time, stay curious.
Yeah.
And perhaps stay a little bit vigilant.